Hey, Curtis.
Hey, Oz.
What are we watching this week?
This week, we've got a 5-parter, my friend. 5 parts to match the layered plot of this movie.
Yeah, the depth of said plot.
So deep, so rich. We have Mad Max Fury Road meets the Piper's Pit segment of WWF, crossed with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, plus Children of Men, and a dash of Balls of Fury. This week we have Hell Comes to Frogtown.
I was hoping Piper's Pit would show up.
Yep. Oh yeah, we got Piper's Pit in there. I was debating whether to use it as the punchline or not.
Yeah, I was hoping Piper's Pit would show up. I wouldn't have been surprised if there was a Howard the Duck in there too.
Yeah, that could have worked also.
Of like, hey, here's everything that's completely human, but
it's not.
Right. But don't worry, we personify.
Yeah.
Welcome back to another week of Let's Talk About Flicks, the podcast where we take a monthly theme. This month being wrestlers in cinema.
Mm.
and we're here this week to talk about the most cinematic of cinema.
Yes.
Hell Comes to Frogtown.
Yes.
I'm
35 years old.
Oh,
it hasn't aged a day.
Not a day. I thought they were real toads and frogs. I'm one of your hosts, Oz.
I'm the other host, Curtis.
And we do want to give a shout out to our Patreon subscribers, Don S., Aaron A., and Mandy K. Thank you for your patronage. I can't wait to get into this. I want to get into this major motion picture event. You know, there were a few studios, and you probably agree with this, and we're going to call it more distribution studios more than likely. But there are a few studios out there that when you saw their logo at the beginning of a video, you get excited.
Mm-hmm. And
Canon Films was one of them. You see the C, at the beginning of like RoboCop.
Uh-huh.
And New World Pictures was one for me. When I saw like the sphere with kind of the red streakies, like when this come up, TriStar Home Video was another one.
Yep.
When you saw the Pegasus running across, I was like, oh, this is going to be a good one.
Something's going to happen here.
Yeah. Orion Pictures was one. You know, those kind of studios, when you saw their opening, like their little bit, you know, their Universal or their MGM, when you saw those, it was like, you knew you were in for some fun. And so when I saw New Republic Pictures, or New World Pictures, I was like, oh, here we go. Hell Comes to Frogtown.
Oh, yeah. And that title is an incredibly literal title.
Oh, yeah, literally. Like,
yes.
You know, like that's your plot, really.
Yeah. It's well, because, I mean, the main character's name is Sam Hell, and he literally goes to Frogtown.
Hey, don't step on my cast.
Speaking of characters, Oz, let's throw you a softball there.
Yeah, I appreciate it. We do start with Mr. Sam Hell, played by Hot Rod, Roddy Piper.
He was busy in 1988.
He was. I did not cross-reference what he was doing wrestling-wise in 88. You know, whether he was still fairly active. But if not, he still looked like he could be fairly active. Because Piper, between this and They Live, he's jacked.
Yeah.
But you almost get a sense that it's like natural muscle too. Like he's not like Davey Boy Smith out. Like he's just defined.
He looks like an 80s wrestler. You know, like
he does.
Defined enough.
Right.
But these guys don't have like, you know, like that kind of the regimented, like fitness and nutrition and weight routines that they do now.
Yeah. He also wasn't like Scott Steiner. So
he didn't have bicep implants.
Exactly. So so he's our hero of the movie. Reluctant. Sure. He's our reluctant hero of the movie.
Quite reluctant.
Very much so. And he spends the majority of his movie, and of course you'll get into this, flanked by 2 females that work for the government. Spangle, who is kind of in charge, played by Sandal Bergman of Conan fame.
Yep.
And the entire movie, I thought they kept saying Citronella, but I know.
Notice he didn't see any bugs.
Right. Well, that may have to do with the frogs,
The
too.
frog, between citronella and the frogs.
Yeah, like there were
bugs.
no mosquitoes.
Nope.
But no, Sentinella, played
yes.
by Cis Varel. You have William Smith playing Captain Devlin something or other.
Sure.
You've got Rory Calhoun.
Rory Calhoun.
Rory Calhoun. Rory Calhoun was the lead in an earlier 80s movie called Motel Hell.
Mm-hmm.
So he's kind of found his niche in hell-titled movies. Rory
Calhoun also is a great reference into an obscure Simpsons bit.
Okay.
Where Mr. Burns has captured, I think it's like 25 baby puppies. I realize I just basically said the same thing twice, baby puppies. 25 puppies.
Well, Clifford wasn't a baby puppy.
Sure, why not? And he's going to make a coat out of them. And Bart and Lisa trick Mr. Burns into cuting up the puppies by teaching them to stand up on their hind legs.
Okay.
And Mr. Burns says, "Look, they're standing up like a little Rory Calhoun."
Oh, like a little Rory Calhoun. Yeah, Rory Calhoun played Farmer Vincent in Motel Hell. Another very fun movie.
Another incredibly fun
Extremely fun movie with John Ratzenberger. So it's in the Pixar universe.
I like my horror movies to highly involve agriculture.
Exactly. So we have, he plays Looney Tunes in the movie. And we have... We've got Commander Toady,
yes,
played by an early Brian Frank. Maybe be like, who? Brian Frank is who? Brian Frank went on to star in movies like Boondock Saints 2.
Brian Frank.
But he was also in Pacific Rim. That's, I think, a Guillermo del Toro movie. He was in Orphan Black. On Netflix, which is really popular. He was in Tiny Pretty Things TV show. I'm not a Boondock Saints guy. I know you're not either, but it's like his name popped up in the trivia as like early. I'm like, oh, Brian Frank, okay. And then you've got what was her name? I can't find her down here. You've got another frog named
Arabella.
Arabella, thank you. Yeah. She's not shown up on my... Oh, that's my top cast I'm reading off of on IMDb.
Okay.
Arabella played by Christy Summers. And then you just got a bunch of med tech personnel and border guards. And you start off with a guy named Squid Lips, which makes no difference. makes nothing in any of it. But really, this movie is about Roddy Piper, Sandal Bergman, and Cis Varel. Yeah. And
you could argue it's really just the first two.
Yeah, and Toady, Commander Toady. So it's about it, really. So take us on a drive to Frogtown.
Yes, here's a journey. Here's a long walk down the Hell Comes to Frogtown lane. So we open on some of our favorite ways to open movies. We get a nice voiceover here. We don't get screen text.
That's okay.
But we do get a voiceover. Yeah. There was a nuclear war on.
I know. I love them. Oh, we don't have the budget nor the time to show you, so
we're just going to tell you, and we're going to pull some C-roll from someplace of a couple of mushroom clouds.
It works. Like it does. It works. It you don't confuse anybody when you just tell them exactly what happened.
Government file footage opens. Hell Comes to Frogtown. A man berates a greener for looking at a Statue of Liberty toy. The frog pulls a gun on him, Oz, and the man's like, "You can't have guns, you greener."
Squid Lips.
And then the greener, a.k.a. Squid Lips, shoots the man, and we don't see Squid Lips again.
No. But that's where we're at.
Yeah.
It's a very District 9 type feel in the post-apocalyptic world.
Sure. After the credits, we meet Sam Hale, the titular Hale. He's strapped to a chair.
Oh no! And they're giving him hell.
Yeah, you're giving Sam hell. He's being berated by a local cop who breaks a bottle over his head.
Yeah, smashes it.
Yeah, he did. That came out of nowhere. I'm watching it on my phone. I'm like, oh, they really laid into the hot rod there. The cop said Sam was with his daughter and accuses him of sexual assault. So right away, we have our protagonist being accused of sexual assault.
It's really, always a good time.
Yeah, really great way to open your movie and establish the protagonist as the hero you want him to be.
Here's our hero. He just, wherever he can.
Yeah. I'm going to read my the next sentence from my notes verbatim, because I was hastily jotting things down here to try to keep up with this thrill ride. Just before the cop cuts off Sam's wiener, two female medtech agents bust in, say the captain's daughter is pregnant and she's changed her story. So yes, as I was jotting down my notes, the cop was about to cut off Sam's wiener using the broken bottle.
Yep. That would hurt.
Mm-hmm. Turns out, Oz, that in the this post-apocalyptic wasteland, most people are sterile. And guess what? Sam Hale's not. He's as fertile as a bunny rabbit.
That's right. Look at him.
Look at him go.
Called him Jack.
The techs take him in. They say that he's left a string of pregnancies everywhere he's been. And Oz, get this.
What?
He has the highest sperm count on record.
Oh my God. It's so high, Sam Hale swims everywhere.
He just tucks his arms behind his head or behind his back and just moves his head around.
Right. He's got a tail like Jason Alexander in Shallow Hal.
Like a story.
It is one of my favorite lines of that movie.
It is. A very uneven movie. But
I have a tail. You mean like a story?
Like a story? Yes, I still reference that line a lot. I remember almost nothing else about that movie.
It's worth forgetting. It's definitely worth forgetting.
Yes, no body shaming in that movie.
No.
So I get back at MedTech. Sam looks down after they're telling him of his exploits, and he realizes he's wearing a codpiece, a gigantic codpiece.
Oh, yeah.
That says property of provisional government on it. And he asks, well, what if I have to go to the bathroom? There's a flap.
There's a flap, yeah.
There's a flap.
Which makes me think, if there's a flap to pee, isn't there a flap pretty much to do anything else?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would have get into like the anatomical like dimensions here, or like
true.
Yeah,
but yeah, I would think that should have been more of a funnel. Just lean forward and pee, and it'll drain out.
Just a cylinder,
right?
So because he has the highest sperm count ever tested, and he's left a wake of pregnancies everywhere he's gone, MedTech, which is basically like its own branch of the government, is kind of the take I get on it. By the way, MedTech's sole purpose is to help procreate.
Right.
Because they never name the countries, but you get the impression that it's America and Russia that are in the war, and each side is trying to repopulate to continue the war.
Because this movie was made in the 80s, and anybody that was a bad guy in the 80s was Russian.
Russian, yeah. So he's offered a clean slate.
Yeah.
We then get exposition that indicates the population is sterile, blah, blah, blah. And referencing his wiener, it's the government's equipment now.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
There's nothing subtle about this movie, Oz.
Nope. Nope, nothing at all.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just saying, this movie's just as poignant today as it is ever.
It is. There's
reproductive organs should be in government property.
Rich political socio-subtext.
The only people that belong in the bedroom are the man and a wife and your local politician.
Exactly. That's where. No, yeah, I'll stop there. I was about to mention Florida's governor, but
I know.
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
They watch a video communication from the provisional government indicating that the frogs have taken several people hostage.
No.
And guess what, Oz? The people they took hostage were
Are they women?
They're all fertile women.
Oh, fertile women.
Not just normie women, fertile women.
They're probably hot, too.
That's also how women love to be referred to. They love to be referred to as fertile.
Fertile.
Fertile women. I remember you told me that time about the first date you had with your now wife.
Yeah.
And we were talking and rehashing afterwards. You're like, buddy, I think she's fertile.
It's one of the first questions I asked her.
Yeah.
You fertile?
So, how's your fertility these days?
I was ready to leave.
Yeah.
I didn't even ask her what kind of pizza she wanted.
No,
I just went, can I take your drink order? Hold on. Are you fertile? Yeah. All right, I'll have a water.
Yeah. Then you tuck the napkin into your shirt.
Right. And then I ordered for her.
Yeah. And made her pay the bill.
That's right.
And it didn't. When the check came, he just sat there and looked at it until she picked it up.
Pick my teeth until she got the point.
Avoided eye contact. 20 minutes later.
Oh, look at the time.
Sure is getting late.
You're gonna get that?
You better get home and make sure that fertility stays
That's
up.
Right.
It's fun being a man.
It is, man. Men are awesome.
We're the best. So sensitive, so caring, so nurturing.
Even a post-apocalyptic world, we're the heroes.
Yeah, Especially if you got a wiener that's full of sperm.
Right. Highest fertility rate ever.
Highest sperm count on record.
On record.
And I get the impression that even includes the before times as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, that's where the data was taken.
Yeah. Gives a new meaning to small sample size.
Which is funny, like Sam Hell doesn't even pee. He just
nothing but fertility shoots out of there.
That's all it is. That's it. You know how many pregnant toilets he's got?
They're multiplied everywhere.
Oh yeah, just everywhere.
So we meet Spangle and Send. I'm just gonna call her Citronella.
Yeah,
that's funny.
That's what I thought they were saying. I'm like, no, her name's not Citronella.
So Spangle and Citronella load Sam into a pink vehicle because it's the Medtex and pink is women, and
it's got to look like a giant boob driving around the desert.
and Battle Hymn of the Republic is
playing.
So it's like it's I don't know what kind of vehicle is it. It's like a big oversized Beetle or something like that.
Yeah, it's just like a big like bus van kind of thing.
Yeah. With a big automatic machine gun turret.
Like it reminded me a lot of like what Harry and Lloyd drove in Dumb and Dumber, only without the fur.
Oh, only not a dog.
Right.
So they're off. The three of them decide we got to go either rescue these women or at least sneak you in so that you can get them pregnant.
Right.
So it's like well, we got to do one of these two things. You're the backup there, Sam Hell.
Right.
So they pull up to a border station. The guards reluctantly let them pass. Frogs are going to get you anyways. And Spangle then reveals to Hot Rod that they're fertile women. And Citronella says that they might be there to be a part of Commander Toady's harem.
Yeah. Get it?
Yeah.
Toady. He's
Commander
a frog.
Toty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sam tries to run off. He does the old like, "Hey, I gotta go take a leak."
Yeah.
And
gotta go impregnate that tree.
Gotta go make some saplings.
Right.
So he of course tries to run away because Sam Hell's not a good person.
No.
But an alarm goes off, and Oz, his genitals are being shocked by this codpiece.
Right. And we know that because he goes full, like, Looney Tunes face with us. Like,
yeah, like, cross-eyed.
Right, yeah. Oh, it hurts so much.
Oh, my groin. Spangle says that in addition to him being shocked, there's also an ounce of plastic explosive in the codpiece.
Yeah, why not?
Mm-hmm. So at night, that evening, Oz, they're all getting settled in, to rest up, and Spangle comes out of her tent, and she's only wearing her bra and panties.
Yeah, well, and glasses.
Yes, and her librarian glasses.
Yeah.
And she offers herself to Sam, says she's under orders to basically let him have his physical way with her,
right?
Because it will promote his potency.
Right, yeah. He's got to keep it, we got to keep you ready.
Yeah. Citronella watches as she cleans her gun and smiles. Later, after Hot Rod refuses Spangle, because he's got to have some romance in there.
Right.
Because he is a gentleman after all.
He's right. With many, many women.
Yes. Citronella just takes off her top and hops in a sleeping bag. Just out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, there's her Citronella's. And,
Yeah.
and now she's in the sleeping bag with him.
It was a chilly evening.
Yeah. that didn't take long.
No. It's like, here I am, Hot Rod.
Spangle comes out to stop and says, "You're out of uniform, Corporal." I don't know why that line was funny to me.
All right.
The next night, the motion tracker picks up something and they chase it. It's a fertile woman, Oz.
No.
They find a random fertile woman just running around.
Yeah.
They sedate her.
She could say she's a fertile feral woman. Like, she's just kind of like nudish. Not nude, but like newt.
Newt.
Yeah. Growls a lot.
Let's see. They sedate her, and because they're med tech, they determine that she's ovulating.
Oh, yeah.
And they tell Sam to get to work. And again, Sam, being the gentleman, says, maybe you want to try making love in the middle of a hostile mutant territory. So,
which is funny because that's literally what Spangle tried to do the night before. Make love in a mutant hostile territory.
Yeah. So, if we put things together here, Oz, they've just sedated this woman.
Yeah.
And they basically tell Sam, go rape her.
Yeah, they're encouraging it.
Because she's fertile.
And
our job is to make sure that we repopulate this country.
Right. Like you said, it's really no different than Mad Max Fury Road.
Uh-huh.
We're going to like we will roofie her for you.
Yeah.
And then you just go ahead and do your part, and thank you for your governmental service.
Yeah, yep. Let's not think about that one too much.
You brought it up.
He said, "I'm just telling the story, my friend." He says he's not a machine. Spangle then says she's been trained in seduction techniques and starts to take her clothes off again.
I know it didn't work.
No,
it didn't work for me either. I feel
next,
so bad for Sondel Bergman. It's like, oh,
I know,
poor lady.
I like Sondel Bergman.
I do too. I'm glad she had a. I'm glad she had a clause in her contract that was like, I'm not going nude.
Yes, I also read that.
Because I think they would have made her do it here as well as later.
Yeah, I have a strong feeling. The next morning, the woman is lucid, says she escaped them from Frogtown, and she thanks Sam. Spangle tells her, head that way and you'll run into like civilization. You'll be treated like a national hero because you're now pregnant.
Right. Fertility's easy in post-apocalyptic world.
Yeah, that's how it works.
You fertile, yeah. You full, yeah. Well, let's do it. You're pregnant.
Big bang boom.
Here's your medal.
Yeah. The next day, Spangle is now in S&M gear. And she and Sam are going to infiltrate Frogtown with her pretending to be Sam's prisoner. So as they approach Frogtown, she says they have to trust each other. So he lets her hair down and tosses away her glasses.
Worked for Kathy Ireland.
That's right, a loaded weapon. I love that scene. They enter a bar in Frogtown where there's a female frog person dancing and entertaining the crowd. So that's was it Harabella, Sarabella, something or other. Arabella, her too. They were all there.
Yeah, sisters.
Yeah. Sam spits out a drink when Looney Tunes recognizes him. Hey, they're old friends, Oz. Sam's got an old pal that's been holed up in Frogtown.
Luckily, he's the only one that believed in him.
Yeah. He says the Greeners are mining uranium, and he found it for him. And that's really the first and last we hear of the uranium.
What are you doing with the uranium? I don't care. I get 20%. Well, you must not be getting much because you still look busted up.
Yeah, he does. Spangle recognizes the dancer as their contact on the inside, which we're just now hearing about.
Because she gets right in her face and goes, "I love you." Like, that's their call sign. I love you. Huh? Don't worry, she's with us.
That same year, 1988, in The Naked Gun, when O.J., famed actor and football player O.J. Simpson,
known for nothing else other than football and acting,
for those two things, was busting up like a heroin deal on a boat, and the boat's name was "I Love You." And later on, he's trying to tell Frank Drebin.
That's right. I remember.
I love you. I love you too. Oh,
I forgot about that scene. Yeah, trying to tell him where he's at.
Yeah. Get this man some drugs. Oh, I love The Naked Gun. Oh, let's see. Looney arranges for Sam to talk with Leroy, who's basically a frog dressed as like the X-Men villain, the Shadow King.
Exactly. Yeah.
To barter for Spangle, who Sam says is an excellent erotic dancer. However, Bull, Commander Toadie's second in command, walks in. I love the Bull character.
Bullfrog.
Yeah. Wearing an eye patch. Bull is upset. There are no private barters in Frogtown. Spangle will be auctioned. Then Bull punches out Sam and takes Spangle. Sam comes to, and he's being cared for by Arabella, the dancer. As thanks for helping, Arabella wants to make it with Sam because Sam has a reputation even there.
Right. Oh, this was like just kind of weird.
Oh, the tale of Sam's exploits travels far and wide. More like his sexploits.
Right. Oh, good one. And like how I don't know the reproductive setup of a frog. So luckily we don't have to watch.
Do frogs lay eggs?
Yes.
I forget. Okay, so
good luck, Sam.
They'll figure it out. As Arabella tries to seduce Sam, he makes her put a bag over her head.
Oh yeah,
because it's nothing like taking somebody's dignity away.
Yeah, because she's a butterface.
I was trying to come up with some frog pun there, and it wasn't hitting. His ECR, which is the acronym for whatever, I don't even know
or whatever.
His codpiece starts going off again. Spangle's getting out of range, so his genitals are getting shocked again. Oz. There's my balls of fury reference from the movie Marriage. As Spangle is presented to Commander Toadie, another person wearing a gas mask says the first shipment of weapons is there. More to come.
Who's this mysterious person?
Who knows? Certainly not someone who had a passing reference of 30 seconds earlier in the movie.
Exactly.
Spangle is being attended to by the human harem, so the prisoners.
Yeah, all the fertile ladies.
Yeah, they're awakening her body.
Yeah,
and preparing her for the dance of the three snakes.
Oh, it's just so dumb, but I love it.
Bull continues to torture Sam. He was spying on him before. Bull threatens exploratory surgery on Sam using a chainsaw. He says he wants to investigate the med tech technology. So he's trying to use a chainsaw to cut off the explosive codpiece.
So this just sounds like a sound idea. That's a smart idea.
Yeah. So Bull does get it off.
He does.
It then blows up in his face.
Yeah.
As Arabella frees Sam, Bull comes to and stabs Arabella.
No.
Sam knocks out Bull. I know. Yeah, she's dead.
I miss her.
Sorry, Arabella.
Right.
It's good while it lasted. Here, put this bag over your face as you're dying.
They say frog tastes like chicken.
I'm gonna leave that one alone. Spangle dances passionately the dance of the three snakes for Commander Toadie as he gets really sweaty turned on.
Was it passionately?
Sure.
If you're amphibian.
I mean, it was passionate to him.
True.
And he says, "You've aroused the three snakes."
As we watch them like individually come to, like
so it's basically
under his cloth, under his cloth. Though she'll be dancing, and she has no idea what the dance of the three snakes is. By the way,
we don't either, which I love.
So she just kind of starts dancing, and it apparently works because they keep cutting to his the cloth over his lap is like individually, it's like the head's a Cerebus, or like I'm just glad they didn't poke out. I was expecting them to like poke out. I'm glad they didn't.
I am glad that before they did it, you didn't know what the Dance of the Three Snakes was.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a Demolition Man, the three seashells. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like you never really learn how they work, and that's the magic of the three seashells.
It's fun. It's just fun.
You've aroused the three snakes, he says. He takes his pants off, and then she kicks him in the groin 3 times. One for each snake.
One for each snake, yeah.
Then Sam inexplicitly busts in with a shotgun in each hand and blasts the guard as Toady jumps away.
Did I mention it? Oh, I do. Never mind. Keep going.
Okay, got it. Meanwhile, Looney shoots off a flare to get Citronella to come to him. In a tender moment, Sam reveals to Spangle that he lost a daughter in the war, because that's what this movie needs, is some kind of human connection.
Right. I lost a daughter, so now I'm going to make an effort like Johnny Appleseed to plant as many daughters throughout
Johnny
America.
Appleseed, oh my God, that would have been the best movie marriage.
I lost one daughter, so I'm going to go and create hundreds more.
Spangle beats up a few guards. They all make their escape with Citronella. Looney dies of some wound, whatever.
Right.
Yeah. Toady and several frogs chase him down in like a souped-up minivan that also is firing artillery.
Yeah, sure.
Kinda...
Battletoads.
Yeah, there you go. I was debating if I wanted to use Battletoads in the movie marriage, knowing that you'd probably get it, but everyone else would. Oh, I mean, out of our hundreds of other listeners, would be like,
thousands of listeners. I'd give them a game to go look for. Don't worry, kids. It'll be the toughest game you've ever played.
Yeah. So
and then you'll play Mega Man 2, and then you'll find that that's even harder.
Oh, Mega Man 2, for my money, the best Nintendo
I know.
game ever.
I know it's your favorite. That's why I mentioned it.
What's yours? If you had to name one Nintendo game.
Oh, one Nintendo game, like Nintendo.
Like NES Nintendo.
Whew. I did enjoy Mario.
Mm-hmm.
I was more of a Super Nintendo guy. But Nintendo wise, I played a lot of a game called California Games.
Okay. I remember of it.
I played that a lot. I was really bad at surfing, but really good at hacky sack. But as a chunky kid, I was never good at like USA track and field. So I did have a friend that had the pad.
They had the power pad?
Yeah. That was pretty sweet once you figured out that the best way to hurdle, like to do the hurdles, was to jump off the pad and then back on instead of trying to like time the hurdles. So, but I appreciated Mega Man, but I don't like to play hard video games.
Sure.
So, and that's outside of the baseball games. It was probably like a sports game, to be honest. But
yeah,
Tecmo Bowl or
I played a lot of RBI Baseball 2.
Oh, RBI Baseball 2, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was the one where they could dive and jump.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I was more of a Super Nintendo kid.
So hey, Oz, it turns out that arms dealer,
what?
The guy who was dealing weapons to the frogs,
the guy with gas mask.
It's the captain from earlier in the movie.
No,
the one who broke a bottle over Sam's head, and then almost cut off his wiener.
It's a good thing we met him early.
Yeah, and remember him clearly.
Right. It reminds me like in Sean William Scott, Paul Rudd.
Role models?
Role models.
Yeah.
When they go on the camp out and I'm drawing another blank. He was in
80 Miles.
80 Miles is telling the campfire story. He's like, it was Pete, the pizza delivery guy from the beginning of the story. Like you see him and you're like, I've seen him, but I don't remember who he was. Yeah. And this movie's only an hour and a half, so
great callback there.
Yeah, you got me.
And of course, the captain, who apparently is the character's name. This used to be a man's world, but now there are too many women. They have us by the short hairs. There's your social commentary, folks.
That's right. That's right. We don't want you to think that we're gay, but we just want a world full of men.
Get out of here, women.
Right.
Not gay about that.
You dumb women.
Sam then, let's see, he and the captain start fighting. He throws a sword at the captain. By the way, the captain got him out of their vehicle by holding an RPG on them.
Yeah, a role-playing game.
Yeah,
Final Fantasy IV.
Yes, Settlers of Catan.
Exactly.
He just held it up. Or,
Super Mario Brothers, Luigi's Mansion. Oh no!
What was the game from Parks and Rec? Cones of Dunshire.
Yeah, here's your RPG.
Sam, who now has a sword somehow, throws it at the captain.
To be honest, he's had a sword and a loaded gun the whole movie.
That's true. Maybe he was hiding it in the codpiece.
Yeah, well, that's what it was. So.
It stabs him, but not kills him. Sam goes after him. He's tracking the blood on the ground.
Yeah,
and shoots him. So
Predator.
Captain's gone. Coming back, Sam comes across the destroyed medtech vehicle. And he has his RPG out, but it doesn't fire. Sam and Toady get in a fight on a cliff. And and Oz, this is again one of my favorite moments in the movie. One of the things that Piper used to do in the ring was the old like two finger Three Stooges as eye gouge.
Oh yeah.
And he does the blink eye gouge.
I appreciated that too.
Yes.
This will just because in the ring he would just walk right up to you and then just poke you in the eye.
Yeah.
And of course it was the most painful thing in the whole world because it would. Go ahead. Everyone would buckle.
And every other wrestler would kind of do like the rake of the eyes.
They
like run your hand across their face. But he would do like the Three Stooges, like boink.
Boink. I love Roddy Piper.
So Toady's hanging off a cliff. Piper cuts his hand off. As Toady falls, you clearly see he has both hands, but regardless, he's dead.
Whatever. Amphibians can grow back missing body parts.
Yeah, it's like a lizard who has his tail. Loses his tail. He just grew it back
quickly.
Sam, he thought the women were dead, but they're there. They call to him, and then he and Spangle argue, and then they kiss, and then he tells all the other ladies, "I have enough for everyone."
So gross.
After she says that he has to save himself for the fertiles, then he says, "Here's the line that sums it all up: soldier's work is never done."
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
And then they drive home in like the minivan tank.
I bet this was written by a man.
What are you talking about? This is the most feminist piece of art I've ever seen.
It's trying to create a world where women take over.
Yeah, that's why the captain's so mad.
Right. Dumb women.
Stupid women. If only it was just me and the other fellas.
Right. Fertile ladies.
That, folks, is in 1988's Hell Comes to Frogtown. At this point in the show, Oz and I each give our own unique rating to the film in question. Oz, how would you rate this classic?
I'm going to give this 6 saddles of frog legs.
6 saddles of frog legs?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go with 55 frogs with bags over their head.
Okay. Thanks. That'll be fun to find an image of.
Good luck finding an image of that.
That'll be fun.
Just tell your son, go capture a frog and put like a little glad sack over his head.
Oh, yeah, that's cool, too. Just suffocate. Just asphyxiate this frog.
I mean you're not, got to keep it on there forever.
That's true.
It's just for the funny photo op.
For the show.
Next up is Outside Insight. Folks, Oz and I, we've been scouring the interwebs.
Oh, I've spent all week doing it.
For unprofessional reviews that tickle our funny bones, and we hope they tickle yours as well. Oz, what's your Outside Insight for Hell Comes to Frogtown?
I have 2 5-star reviews to share with you today, both from Letterboxd. The first one is from Tom the Big Man, left on January 28th of this year. He says, they heard the phrase horny toad once and decided to make a movie about it. This film's so stupid, I love it. And the second one is left by Shrek Le Seabird on August 29th of last year. You got to listen clearly. Roddy Piper makes me so fertile.
Ronnie
Piper.
Roddy Piper.
Yep. So Shrek Le Seabird is fertile for you, Hot Rod Ronnie Piper. Rowdy Ronnie.
Hot Todd Ronnie Piper.
Right. So those are my 2 outside insights. What do you have?
God. I got one for you, and this is also a recent one. This is from February 2023 from the user Vesnavi from the Internet Movie
Ooh,
Database.
it's French.
And I'm going to read this in the pacing that I'm assuming this person wrote it in.
Okay.
Does not get better than this in this B-grade type of movie. Loved it to death. The genre. Loved it. Good stuff. Ha ha. Bad acting at its best. Great looking sexy women. Great looking muscle bound men. Ooh la la.
Told you it was French.
I will check it out at Google now for information about the actors. So this person's like narrating their own review.
Oh, absolutely.
Sexy chicks. Original storyline. A real classic film. My God. Is Bergman Swedish or American? She is hot. The main actress. Enjoyed it. I loved it.
It's like Harry Carey left this review.
It's like, and all of those breaks, there were periods. Like there was a period.
I bet, yeah. It's like Will Ferrell doing Harry Carey reading this review.
Real classic film.
She's hot.
She's hot.
The lead actress.
Doug DeCenzo.
If the moon were made of ribs.
Mark Grizzolatic spelled backwards as Sandra Bergman.
This bud's for you.
Andre Dawson would have loved this flick.
Hey! Oh my, that was a good one. I love
ooh la la.
I love listening to you read them.
Again, this is how it sounds in my head.
I know.
So
the reviewers on Letterboxd are just too articulate. There's no run-on sentences. There's no fragmentation.
Great-looking, sexy women.
Fertile.
And that, folks, transitions us to the segment you've been waiting for, our signature segment, the 3-2-1, in which Oz and I each share 3 goods, 2 bads, and 1 about the film in question, in this case, 1988's classic Hell Comes to Frogtown. Oz, what are your 3 goods?
Number 1, voice-over intro.
Yes!
Love it. Love it. If you didn't mention it earlier, I clearly had it earmarked to mention now.
Yeah.
Just love them. I don't know why. It's just it's from a simpler time. And, you know, I feel like it was back then where everybody tried to keep a movie between an hour and a half and 2 hours.
Yeah.
And so you just get the exposition out.
Yeah.
Where now it's like, it's all digital. We don't have to buy film. So go for it. If you want a 7-hour epic, go for it. So
I want you to treat me like I'm an idiot and just tell me the backstory.
Exactly. I don't have time. Just tell me. I'm not here to think. The movie's called Hell Comes to Frogtown. Yeah. Just tell me.
like Vesnayi from the Internet Movie Database. I'm just in it for the great-looking, sexy women.
Right. Shrek LeSeabird doesn't even know who the star of the movie is. She thinks it's Roddy Piper.
Roddy Piper.
My second good is just Piper hamming it up. Like, he's having a fun time, and it's just fun. He's not a classically trained actor. He's not even an amateurly trained actor. He's just out there having a good time. He's not getting his acting lessons from Carl Weathers. Let's put it that way.
You're gonna make a stew out of that.
That's right. And my third one is I really respect the fact that they went all in on showcasing the frog makeup. Like,
yeah, they did.
It wasn't good, but it was good enough that you knew what you were looking at. And they're like, you know what? Whatever. We're not going to hide this in the shadows. We're gonna showcase this. So good for them. Those are my 3 goods. What do you got?
My first good is the bull character. Mm-hmm. I wish, and I could have put this as a bad, that I wish we got more of him.
Right.
But this just sort of bonkers bananas character that, you know, with his like like his like screeching and laughing and insults, calling humans flat lips. And
right.
So yeah, my first is the bull character. My second is the dance of the 3 snakes. And I'll extend this one also just include Sandahl Bergman as well, because she did a lot of heavy lifting in this movie.
Yeah.
But the dance of the 3 snakes, I love how you didn't know what it was until I'll just say the climax of the scene.
Oh, well stated.
I know. See what I did there? Clever.
I do.
My last good is, and we've kind of already mentioned this one, but I think it's worth mentioning again, how well Piper sells his junk getting electrocuted.
Oh, yeah.
Just going all cross-sided. Wow!
It's so over the top, but it's great.
Wowie! Wow!
Yikes!
So that's my three goods. Oz, what are your two bads?
My first bad is Spangle is just not sexy in those Harry Carey glasses. like honestly, she's a beautiful woman. I'm not taking anything of it. She's fit. She's toned. She did a great job preparing. But it's like she'd come out to seduce Piper, and she's got these just gigantic Coke bottle glasses on. I'm like, take those off, woman. And so that's my first bad. My second one is John Carpenter gave Piper a much better line to walk into a room with a shotgun with.
Yes.
This one was eat lead, froggies, and doesn't like when he come bursting in there. Even though I knew he wasn't going to, I would have laughed. I would have loved it if he said, "I'm here to kick butt and chew bubble gum," but he didn't. He dropped to eat lead, froggies.
Yeah.
And so that was my second bad. It was like that was just a pretty lame line to make your hero's entrance.
Yeah.
So what do you got for your bads?
My first bad we also mentioned before. The opening scene has nothing to do with anything.
None.
Even I guess they sort of tied it in with like the gun running at the end, but like your greenies aren't allowed to have those. Like,
right.
Ooh. Like you never see. I mean, the one character got shot, but like you never see the other one again. It's clearly in a different location.
Well, and you never even see that the only thing you know about the greenie that got shot at the beginning was at the end when he riveted. Yeah. Like other than that, you didn't even know he was a frog. And they didn't show his face. He was, so it's even then it's like if you would have built it as a way to showcase the standoff between humans and frogs, but you didn't even do that. You just left him all covered up, referred to him as Squid Lips and Greenie.
Yeah.
Like we were supposed, like as a first-time viewer, we were supposed to know what that meant.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm with you.
My second bad is the Looney Tunes character. Like, just why? Like, it was it's just useless. Not necessary at all.
Yeah.
It basically was like a foil for like Sam to relate to.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it did nothing. Got dispatched very easily. Like they're back in the vehicle making their escape, and then like, oh, his head's bleeding and he's dead.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, hemorrhage, cool.
Yeah. So yeah, sorry, Rory Calhoun, but you didn't make the cut in this one.
I'm glad you got paid though.
Yes, yeah, good for you. And again, and I will say his inclusion did let me make that long-winded reference to The Simpsons before.
That is well appreciated too.
most importantly, yes.
Thank you, Rory, for all you've done.
Thank you for your service, Rory Calhoun.
Yeah.
All right, hey Oz, what's your one?
Do real frogs get aroused by humans dancing?
I mean, I assume so.
Yeah. I mean, if this is a litmus test for what amphibian human relations are like, I would say yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, really, beware if you're out dancing in a wooded area near water, because you never know, you could be doing the dance of the three snakes. Because we don't even know what that looks like. So
yeah, we never got a full look at it. We got the idea of the dance of the three snakes,
right?
But
yeah,
I mean, and assuming that this is what will happen in the post-apocalypse. I mean, inevitably,
it's inevitable. Yeah.
Science. That's what that is.
Right. So that's my is do frogs actually get aroused by human dancing?
Yeah.
Yes, we'll have to leave that up to MIT to figure out. Not MIB, not the Men in Black.
No, not the Men in Black. MIT.
No.
Yeah. All right. Well,
what's your
My actually kind of relates to yours in some ways. So, did the greenies used to be frogs, or did they used to be people? Like, you're assuming that, like, in the nuclear fallout, something mutated into something.
Mm-hmm.
But like
maybe a woman danced in front of a frog pre-apocalypse. He was aroused and took advantage of her. Hence the frog children, and of course, being frogs, there's thousands of them.
Yeah.
Maybe. So I guess we answered my
Just tadpoles everywhere, yeah.
Frogs do get aroused by humans dancing.
The outcome of the dance of the three snakes is actually what set off the nuclear apocalypse in the first place.
What is it about water animals, women in the 80s? Like Leah Thompson was attracted to a duck. That's a fun movie too.
How is it? George Lucas's Howard the Duck?
Yes. Marvel Comics, George Lucas, Howard the Duck.
Yep. All the big names in the universe came together for that winner.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they did.
I'm gonna mention another possible that I had
Go
as
for
well. So, did Mad Max Fury Road rip off Hell Comes to Frogtown?
No. No. There's no frogs in Fury Road.
There you go. There's no Roddy Piper or Ronnie. He's not there either.
Roddy Piper was not there either.
Roddy nor Ronnie were there.
Nope. Sorry. Close, but no cigar.
Yeah.
So, well, that wraps up week 3 of Wrestlers in Cinema.
Mm-hmm.
And we will be back next week for the championship. It's the main event.
This is the main event.
This is the cause of the season.
Mm-hmm.
We will be back next week to discuss the 1989 motion picture classic. Starring Mr. Terry Bollea and Tim Lister. We will be covering No Holds Barred.
What a movie that is.
Oh, I love this movie. I love this movie. Give me some Joan Severance. Yeah. Give me Rip 'em. Give me Kurt Fuller.
What was the
Yeah.
Yeah, for those watching on YouTube. Rip 'em.
Oh, I love this movie. Like, I could have just as easily thrown this in Guilty Pleasure Month last month.
Sure.
Like, it's terrible. It's garbage. It is toilet. It is a dirty toilet. It's as dirty as the toilet in the bar that they're wrestling in.
But is it fun?
Yes. This movie there's no holds barred.
I mean, it's right there in the title.
Yeah. You can murder someone on television, but as long as you're the winner, it's okay. So. Oh, I love this movie. I'm so excited to watch it. It's been a while, but currently holding a 4.4 on IMDb.
I want a couple thick metal bracelets just so I can walk up to people and clank my wrists together.
I think I'm going to grow my hair out this summer just so that I can shave Z's into the side.
There you go. For Oz.
Exactly. An O on one side, a Z on the other.
Who's Zoe?
You big Wizard of Oz fan, are you? But yeah, we're looking at Hulk Hogan, Joan Severance, Kurt Fuller, Tom Lister, Mark Pellegrino, David Paymer, Jesse Ventura, Gene Okerlund, Howard Finkel. You bring them, you lay them up, we'll knock them down.
I was reading in the trivia. I did not recognize this. Rip has a wrestling match with somebody earlier in the film, and it's actually Axe from Demolition.
Yeah,
sans makeup.
Yeah, and he's also wrestling. The lariat, Stan Hansen. Hansen's in this movie too. Yeah, just for comparison's sake, No Holds Barred holds a 4.4. Other Hulk Hogan movies: Suburban Commando with a 4.5. Thunder in Paradise with a 5.3.
Wow.
Thunder in Paradise 2 with a 4.4 or 4.3. So somewhere between Suburban Commando and Thunder in Paradise 2 lives No Holds Barred.
What about Mr. Nanny? Where's Mr. Nanny at?
8.9.
I knew it. It's in the IMDb's top 250.
It is, yeah. They've got their own. Mr. Nanny is a 3.8. So, sorry, Mr. Hogan. Sherman Helmsley, Ed Leslie's in that one. Brutus
Leslie.
Beefcake himself,
the disciple.
Yes. But yeah, No Holds Barred. Oh, I love this movie. It's terrible, and I love all of it. So yeah, we will be back next week to wrap up Wrestlers in Cinema, where we watch basically Hulkster just Hulkster his way through the entire movie. That's really what this is about. You can't beat him, so don't even try.
The never-ending last match.
Oh, it's so great. Kurt Fuller just lays it on thick.
Oh my god, yeah.
Super thick, and I'm here for it.
I got a lot to say about Kurt Fuller next week.
Fair enough. So, all right, well, social media-wise, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We do have a Patreon link down below if you'd like to contribute to the show, but whatever. We're going to watch No Hold Bars, whether you contribute or not. So, but yeah, you can catch us on your favorite podcast apps, of course. If you're listening, you're already there. YouTube, if you're watching, you're already there. Otherwise, we will be back next week to wrap up Wrestlers in Cinema and to let you all know what the following month's theme will be. Until then, brother.
The cream of the crop.
So I'm Oz.
I'm Curtis.
And we'll see you guys next week.